Question 12 of test 7 on compound angle formulas. I'd like you to copy the question and get the answer and then look into my solution. The question 12 is, if secant x equals to minus 5 over 3, where x belongs to set of numbers between pi and 3 pi by 2, and cot y equals to minus 5 over 12, where y is between pi by 2 and pi, then determine the exact value of sine 2x plus secant 2y. Okay. So to solve this, let's make our triangles first. Let's see where the triangles are, and then we will substitute the values and find the answer, right? So the two parameters for us are x and y. So we given secant x equals to minus 5 over 3, and it is in quadrant 3 between pi and 3 pi by 2. So this is your pi and that is 3 pi by 2, correct? So x is somewhere in between. So let's make a triangle here where the secant x value is minus 5 over 3, right? Secant is reciprocal of cosine, correct? So let's make a triangle here. Let's say this is a triangle where this angle is the acute angle x we're talking about. So actually the angle x will be this, primary angle x. And minus 5 over 3 is the secant value. Secant is reciprocal of cosine, so it is hypotenuse over adjacent, right? So we get this side as 3, this side as 5. And of course, when this is minus x, this 3 will be minus in value. We can always find that side, the height of this triangle. It should be 5 square minus 3 square square root, right? Which will be 4. So we got our first triangle. The second one is between pi by 2 and pi. So that means it is in this quadrant, right? And the values are, for cotangent, it is minus 5 over 12. Now, cotangent is adjacent over opposite side. So opposite side is big, right? Kind of like this. So let's make it like this, correct? And let's label it. So here we have adjacent is 5. Of course, it is on that side, so minus 5, and this is 12 for us, correct? So that becomes a triangle for the angle of y, do you see? So the angles which are normally given to you are actually the primary angles, principal angles, correct? Now, so for y you are in quadrant 2, and for x you are in quadrant 3. You need to find what is sine 2x plus secant 2y. So it's better to find them separately, right? It's not a question of identities or equations where we need to solve something or prove something, correct? So let's just figure out what is sine 2x and what is secant 2y, correct? Now, sine 2x equals to 2 times sine x cos x, right? Now, so what is sine x and what is cos x? So from here we can find what is sine x. Sine x is opposite over hypotenuse, 4 over 5, negative, right? Because you are in quadrant 3. Even otherwise you can see this is negative y, correct? So you can write this as 2 times negative 4 over 5. And what is cosecant s? Cosecant is negative 3 over 5. Negative 3 over 5, correct? And that calculation gives you the value of sine 2x, which is negative and negative becomes positive, right? 4 times 3, 12, 12 times 2, 24. So we get 24 over 25. So that is sine 2x. Now let's find what is secant 2y. So secant 2y will be 1 over cos 2y, right? Now that could be written as, well, sometimes what you can do is you can write this as 1 minus sine square 2y and get the value from here also. So that is another way of doing it, right? But anyway, that is x and this is y. Okay. So secant 2y is 1 over cos 2y. Now we are referring to that triangle. The triangle in quadrant 2, right? In quadrant 2, we know sine is positive, but cosine is negative, right? Now, what is the formula for cosine 2y? Let's use the formula 2 cos square y minus 1. So cos 2y has three formulas, right? Let's use this one. Okay, so now we can solve for this. So we can get 1 over 2 times, what is cos square y? So what is cos y? Let's figure out. So we need to find the hypotenuse, and that should be 12 square plus 5 square square root, right? So let me write that. So it is 12 square plus 5 square square root, right? Which is equal to 144 plus 25 square root, which is 169, and that gives us 13, right? So this side is 13 for us. Square root of 169 is 13. So we get 13 as our side, right? So cos square y will be 5 over 13, and cos y is negative, but square will make it positive. But anyway, we should write negative, right? So negative 5 over 13 whole square minus 1. That is what we get, right? So this is written as, so when we open this, we get 5 square here times 2 will give us, 5 square is 25 times 2, 50. So we get 50 over 169, which was here, right? 169 minus 1 over 1, right? So let's try to solve it. So 169 goes in the numerator. We get 169 here, and we get 50 minus 169, correct? And that is 169 over minus of 119, correct? This take away, yeah, 169 over this. Now what do we need to find? We need to find what is sine 2x plus secant 2y, correct? So let's now substitute these two values and figure out what it is. So we wanted to find what is sine 2x plus, so let's do this here. Sine 2x plus secant 2y is equals to 24 over 25, and because we got this negative, we'll write negative secant 2y is 169 over 119, correct? Now you can do this addition, subtraction of fractions and get your answer, right? Denominator is 25 times 119, and the numerator is 24 times 119 minus 25 times 169, correct? And then write down your answer. Okay, do the final calculation and get your answer. So that is your question 12 of the test paper, and that's a good amount of hint to solve it. I hope you get it. Thank you.